just a bloke in a bar.
Welcome to another episode of the DMP. We've just Matty's just deleted about 6 different intros that would get us all cancelled immediately.
Yep.
So thanks for that, Matty. We appreciate keeping our jobs.
Thank you, Matty.
First of all, brought to you by Grumpy Coffee. DJ Grumpy is now live. His first set is on YouTube. Just type in DJ Grumpy. You can have a listen to it. Next time you go to the gym, you've got a full-on, unique set to listen to music. We're going to release once a month. Also, if you're a cafe, a gym, a run club, and you want DJ Grumpy to come down and put on a set for free, email djgrumpy@grumpycoffee.com.au. And it's not a DJ in the sense of like crazy loud music or whatever. It'd be, low key, suit the setting, the tone, whatever you want. So as I said, give us an email at djgrumpy@grumpycoffee.com.au and grab some bloody Grumpy Coffee, the best coffee in all the land, baby. The best coffee in all the land. We got whole bean, we got ground, we got pods, we got everyday, we got berry. We've got some big plans as well for some new blends. So make sure to go to grumpycoffee.com.au and grab your coffee today. Boys, how you been? How's Magic Round?
Doing, lad.
Working too hard. You working too hard?
Mate, we were flat out.
Yep.
And then we
Flat
had
out.
to go to the Goldie for some stuff with the WSL. So
That's surfing.
that's surfing.
That's
for
surfing.
those-
That's hanging 10.
World Surf League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
hanging
gnarly.
10,
That's
hanging
gnarly.
10.
It's hanging 10, bro.
That's gnarly.
Shark it.
So came back fucking exhausted, Denon.
Are you a couple of groms?
Well, we're too old to be Groms.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well, listen.
You groms?
we're Groms in our surf journey,
Okay.
Yes.
Couple
but
of
we
groms.
are traditionally too old to be
Okay.
Groms. Although
But you're groms. Just
I
say
think it's
you're
more
groms.
of a we are Groms though.
Listen, I'd like to think we've just skipped Grom because we're hanging out with the...
If we put the wetties on and go into the water,
then
we're
we're in Grom. Yeah,
We're
yeah.
Groms.
We didn't get
So
in the water, though, so we're not Groms.
Okay.
So let's
fair
be,
enough.
let's
Fair
be
enough.
honest
Yeah.
about the lay of the land.
Yeah.
Magic Round was great. I had a great time, but it takes a part of my soul, and I'm still not back 100%.
Okay, so the spirit's
Much
still
better
there a
than
little
yesterday, but still need another day.
bit. Okay, that's fair, mate. That's fair.
another day.
I will say, and I'm just going to say it till the day I die, I could not suck Magic Round off enough. I couldn't stop sucking it off.
Let's move it, though. Let's move it.
Oh, it's going really well. Let's move it.
Some
And I'm
hogs-
not saying we should move it every year, but I reckon we should move it every now and
No,
then.
let's
Why?
move it. Why would you do that? And
Mate.
shout out to Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith's a hell of a man, but he's like,
Strong name, Jimmy Smith.
it is. He's like, oh, but there are fans in Adelaide. There are fans, or no, not there. There aren't fans. It's like, it's an opportunity there. It's an opportunity here. It's like, what about just doing something for the fucking people that love rugby league?
Yeah, how about-
fans? How about we just do that and go, hey, this is an awesome thing in the perfect spot where you can just go every year and you get used to it and you go to the same hotels, you go to the same places.
Yes.
Fuck going to Adelaide. Fuck people from Adelaide with respect in this context. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, the argument, like soon every game will just be an away game in a state that doesn't play rugby league
Yeah.
because it's all just about, we've got to grow the game.
Yeah, how
Soon
much are
there'll
you
be no
going
home
to grow
games.
it? Because you're not going to keep it in Adelaide. You're going to
Yeah.
move it again. Like,
All you're going to do is
Piss
let's
off.
say you went to Perth. All you're going to do is make it a worse experience and charge fans way more to go over there.
Yeah.
The stadium's nowhere near anything. It's like a fucking 1 kilometre walk from the casino, which is then nowhere near the town centre. So you're going to completely ruin the vibe automatically. Are you going to attract all these Perth fans to the game? We had a doubleheader there the other day. No one went. So okay, that's not really ticking any boxes. All you're doing is going, fuck you to the diehards.
Yeah.
Fuck you to the people that are like, I can just save enough money to go to Brisbane from like Townsville or something.
Yep.
But then adding going to Perth would just ruin people. Just for what purpose? To grow the game? It's not growing the game. Show them to grow the game. Give me evidence that it'll grow the game. They already get an Origin every 3 years.
Yeah, and
What's the problem?
The grow the game just gets thrown out too much these days.
it's
No,
so
what
easy.
the fuck are you talking about? Oh, let's take rugby league on the fucking road. Let's take it to Seattle. Let's go to Seattle. Let's go to fucking Barcelona to grow the game. What the fuck are you talking about?
Fucking tell him, Eddie. Fuck him.
Oh, it's bullshit, mate. Oh, let's go down to the fucking Antarctic, mate.
I get a couple of
Grow
penguins
the
on
game.
board.
Get the fucking emperor penguin on board, mate. Fuck, grow the game. Being speciest. It's not just for bloody Homo sapiens, mate. What about the fucking emperor penguin, mate?
Fuck him, mate.
Shut up.
I'm with you, Eddie. I'm with you, mate. Fuck him. Fucking dogs, mate.
Fucking-
Fuck them.
Shut up.
Respectfully, of course.
You're just talking shit.
Oh, that's great stuff. You're back, mate. You said you weren't all the way. You're fucking here.
Nah,
mate.
but then you got me going.
Yeah, that's fair, mate. That's
because
fair.
nothing pisses me off than people trying to ruin something that's really good.
Yeah, that's so
just
true.
for the sake of it. I'm like, You're a fucking
It's
idiot.
people overthinking.
Looking over the
Stop
fence,
thinking.
the grass isn't always greener,
You're
baby.
thinking too much.
The grass is really green at Suncorp. It's great.
Fucking perfect.
Oh, and it's the biggest one we've ever had. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Wonder why it's the biggest one you've ever
'cause
had.
you're
Because people
allowing
are
it to
having a
grow.
good time.
Yeah, I'm with you. Look, some hogs you don't move, and that hog right there, you just keep it big,
Keep it
juicy,
flopped
and
on that Brisbane table.
It's just great. It's great stuff. And I think that like the unique thing about it is, like for example, Vegas. I think eventually Vegas will lose a bit of its steam energy. Like you'll have to move that to like Hawaii or London or wherever it is.
Hawaii would be pretty dope.
I reckon Hawaii would be sick for that
It
game.
would be.
That would be mad.
It's closer too.
Yep, true. And I think you've also got that the Polynesian base there with the Hawaiians that we could get around it. And obviously, if Landis could get the rock down, he'd be able to get the rock down, surely.
Oh, well, listen. If anyone can get the rock to come and blow the Viking horn, even if Raiders aren't playing, I think we just take that horn
with this.
Get the rock to blow it.
I like that. Whereas Magic Round, every year I'm excited.
Yep.
Every year I'm excited. It's such a good setup. So
Nice vibes as well. Even when I was talking to a couple of Brisbane locals, because that's what we're doing up there. We just go, you go around and talk to locals, talk to cabbies, Uber drivers, just canvass the fucking people on the ground. And this one particular person was talking about how during Origin, tension's way more etch. It's way more like, fuck you, tribalism.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is just everyone. There's too many different teams for you to be tribal and, like an etch.
Like my team got tailed up and I was like, it's Magic Round. It happens.
Well, that's what a loser would say, and that's certainly what we've said.
You weren't
every
even
year.
invited.
Well, but I get it because we've been losers before.
No, incorrect. Like, tell the truth. What happened?
You weren't
Manly
invited?
said we don't want to give up another home game.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
Because you're desperate for
So
it.
don't lie. No. It's because we sell out every home game now. We
desperate
want
to
the
get a
cheddar.
win.
No, we want the money.
We like the
Desperate for a
cheddar.
W.
Sorry, we love cheddar.
Desperate to get in the 8.
It's a cheddar-based decision, I like to think. And it's also looking after the people of the peninsula, saying, listen, we're going to give you another home game that you actually have always had. We've just taken away.
But it is, I mean, like, you try and pretend like you don't care. If we really just look at it, your team, your team's town, your team's weekend, Magic Round, they put you on the first Sunday game in your whole fucking club's career because usually you're a Thursday or a Friday night game.
Because we're big dogs.
It's all built around you guys turning up for your people on Sunday, and you've just got PTSD because you're fucking terrified of the Penrith Panthers and you played them back into form.
Maybe we've got a Penrith fetish. You ever thought of that? Are you shaming our fetishes?
I don't think it's a fetish. I think it's a.
You think
PTSD.
we don't like to get humped by Penrith?
I think it's PTSD.
No, I think.
So you're saying your team's a bunch of subs?
No, I think that we've got
That's
a
exactly
fetish.
what
No,
you're
you're kink shaming right now. You're kink shaming. We have a Penrith
We're not
fetish.
kink shaving. We're holding space for your kink. But what we're
hold
saying
space, hold space, because you're not
we're holding space for your kink. But
I feel claustrophobic right now.
Yeah, but that's
I feel
because you're a
claustrophobic.
sub.
But
I don't want to be claustrophobic.
If I got pegged every night, whether or not you were holding space for my fetish or not, I'm still getting pegged.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong getting pegged though, mate.
Well, listen. I think on Sunday at Magic Round,
We got pegged on Sunday.
You should have been better than that. You should have asked to be the top instead of just being a historical bottom.
Look how much the rest of the NRL enjoyed watching us getting pegged. That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, but it's not
for the greater good.
Your fans didn't.
Yeah, but it's for the greater good, mate.
No, Magic Round's for the greater good. Don't Jimmy Smith me here, mate.
My Chinese blood's coming out, mate. It's all about the greater good.
No, that sounds like something Jimmy Smith would say when he wants to take it to fucking Perth.
Listen, I think the comp enjoyed watching the Broncos get pegged on Sunday, Arvo.
I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it.
That's what I'm saying.
But your people didn't.
Well, sometimes you got to sacrifice for the greater good.
Oh, well, geez, Broncos fans. How do you feel about that, eh? Your metaphorical leader.
Your leader has zero belief.
Yeah.
No,
he just wants to get
said you
pegged,
did it.
dude.
No, you did it for the good of the game.
That's being confident.
Just wants to get pegged.
That's called
Suppose
being
you lost the grand final for the good of the game as well,
confident
mate.
in your kinks. We did one of the greatest grand finals of all time for the good of the game.
For
And the one before that?
One of the greatest grand finals of all time for the good of the game. Go down in history, mate.
Yep.
Not selfish like you guys. We want our own home games. Fuck all our Brisbane fans that support Manly.
Yep.
Fuck them. We'll never send a game up there because we just care about bloody where we're from.
Yep.
Typical.
Yep. Fit your own mask before you fit anyone else's, bro.
I didn't think I'd come to the show today and get kink shamed. I didn't think that.
Well,
I thought you guys would be accepting.
Listen, I don't mind that you like getting pegged. I just think that your club and your fans deserve better.
Better pegging.
Well, they weren't promised the pegging. That's the problem. They were promised to turn up and watch the Bronx go to work, and they laid it down. They put their arms in the shackles, put their bumholes in the air, and said, "Work me." And that's the problem. The fans were shocked.
Yeah, they weren't expecting it.
There were kids in the crowd.
You were expecting it.
Boys, the good day. It is absolutely flying off the shelves. The daylight as well. I've had my good day today. I have it I literally do not miss a day with good day. That's not even an ad. That's literally not an ad. That's a fact. Literally don't miss a good day.
And have you been sick?
Whenever you get sick, it's for like a day.
You
know what? I'll tell you what. My son has been sick for friggin' every time he goes to daycare, he gets sick. I can basically, he can dribble on top of my head and I won't get sick.
There we go. That's what we're talking about.
That's it.
I do the dribble test. He just spits all over me.
That's what we're talking about.
So you want
Don't get sick.
sneeze and
That's
cough
what we're
in
talking
your
about.
face.
We know, you're coming into flu season. You know you're coming into cold season. Don't go down to the chemist and get the fucking flu shot like
Good
a
day.
90-year-old.
No.
What are you like? How old do you think you are?
You
mate?
don't need a flu shot.
You don't need a flu shot. You're not archaic. You're not rat-tat-tatting on death's door.
Just take some vitamins, you fucking
every
idiots.
day, every morning in water. It's so easy. Take a sachet, take it to work, take it to the gym, take it wherever you need to, or you can take it at home. It's pretty fucking easy. And look after your immune system this winter so that you can continue to rip and tear.
Man, what is with children and like when they cough, it's like they're trying to like aim it at your face. Like they go,
Dude, I've had like lungfuls of children cough in my mouth. I'm like, oh, fuck,
God damn it,
dude.
shit.
Yeah, ridiculous.
So yeah, I genuinely being sick every time he goes to daycare, and I push through, baby. I push through. Got my daycare. I also have the vitamin C with it as well, like separately. And it all works, baby.
There you go. A review from the Beak, begoodhealth.com.au.
And a beak like this should be getting the flu all the time.
Seriously.
Correct.
Code DMP.
Say seriously
DMP.
so aggressively.
DMP for 10% off. Pair it with subscription for 20% off. That's their subscriptions for Daylights and for Good Day. Make smart decisions.
And also, we have not forgotten about the companion. It will happen.
No, it'll happen. Listen,
Having a child, it does obviously...
there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on for everyone at the moment.
Child, Easter weekend, fucking Magic Round weekend, Origin, Street
It will
punching
absolutely
on.
100%
Mate,
happen.
this is what has happened in the last fucking month and why
It
I
hasn't
feel like
happened
I can never get anything done. Easter long weekend into the next week was only a 3-day week because you had Easter into Anzac Day.
Yet.
Into Magic Round the week after, so we had to go up on Thursday. Into we got back on Tuesday for the surfing. So that's 4 shortened weeks in a row.
Yep.
Not
Makes me feel
complaining,
sick.
just that's the reason why we haven't done the stream yet.
But it will absolutely happen.
Not
We are
complaining.
No.
men of our words.
also, Kempy keeps cancelling. That's probably good to know as well.
Boys, I've got a problem.
What's your problem?
I'm
Hemorrhoids?
addicted.
Can't get it up?
I'm addicted. A bit of both. A bit of
Okay.
both. Yeah. I'm addicted to cringe, and not my own content. I'm actually addicted to cringe. Now I come across this on my Instagram, and I can't stop watching his videos. And I need your support.
What's the Instagram?
It came up in my algorithm, and it is the most cringe shit I've ever seen in my life. And I can't stop watching his videos now. I'm just trying to find a way to reflect it onto this screen here.
Do you know how to do that? Can you screen mirror? What sort of operation are we running here?
I don't know. The option's not here, which is frustrating.
Jeez.
So you know what? I'm just going to show you. The video.
Welcome to 2016.
Oh wow. Jesus.
Wrecked.
He is the most. It's come up my feed. I can't stop watching his stuff.
You fucking let her down! You let her down! And
Oh,
she
brother,
doesn't
watch
like
this guy.
But she thought you were fucking different. She thought you'd be the one who understood her. The one that would never fucking betray her trust. She trusted you in ways she hasn't trusted anyone in a long fucking time. And for a while, she believed in the version of you that you showed her. But now, she's left questioning fucking everything. The words you said and the promises you made no longer hold the same weight. She doesn't hate you, no, but she's fucking hurt.
Listen to the music
by how
underneath
you
it.
Bro.
But
Black and
he's
white.
acting, right?
No, he's legit.
No, but as in, because he does it, he
She
does like millions
hides
of them, but he's sort of just like
a
talk.
1,000 fucking battles behind her smile. Behind her smile. No one sees how many nights she cries herself to sleep. How many times she breaks in silence while pretending to be strong. Everyone just expects her to be okay.
What's his gun?
to
I'd
handle
love
shit.
the I'd love the
What's
shot.
his gun?
I'd
He's
love the
not gonna
shot
let
from
you hit,
outside
bro.
the car, just hearing like the muffler like woo, 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 woo. He's a freak.
So I
dude.
need your help. I've come to your help.
He reminds me of like an older Sam.
I'm addicted to cringe. I can't stop watching those videos. I literally, once I get in a bit of a doom scroll in those videos, I can't, and I'm scared. I'm cringing every video, but I'm addicted to it.
No, I love that guy. I've been watching him for a minute. He's a freak. But I think I went digging. I'm pretty sure he's like an actor, but he's like doing these weird, but it's not like for anything. So I don't entirely know like why he's doing it.
Like it's as if
that's why I keep asking, what's his go?
Yeah, I don't know what it's
Does he ever go?
Like, is he sending that to people and going, pick me as an actor?
No, I don't think so. I think it's, but
I don't get it then. I
don't get it. It makes no sense. But it's also like the corniest shit.
Like, why are you yelling?
No, I don't know.
Why are you
addicted, bro.
Why are you yelling?
No, that's weird. You do have a problem though.
There are hundreds of videos like that.
It's unbelievable. But so obviously the age of influencers now, if you have an event or a launch or something, you just send people with fucking Instagram and they take photos and that's it, right? Yeah. Ella, my wife, heard of her? She showed me this video the other day that her friend sent her of a launch of Justin Timberlake's fragrance at Maya in 2009. Oh.
Yeah.
This is back when like video, like you would send the news or they'd send the paper down and it's like 12, it's like a boys dance group, 12 of them. They're all wearing fedoras and they're just like dancing around Maya and shit. I'm like, oh my God. That's how you used to have to pedal stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Get the dance group down.
Oh, wow.
Maybe this is all for the better.
It really is.
You know what I mean? Like,
so
Jesus.
Shout out Emotions in Life Insta. You want to give her a look?
That's
his
it.
thing.
What's a bio say? Has he got like any update info? Like what the fuck?
Has he got a link? Is he selling like...
Is he just like trying to help men be vulnerable or something?
Live on TikTok every day for relationship advice.
Oh, mad.
Is he trying to peddle anything?
No,
relationship
not
advice.
And how many followers has he got?
He's got 466,000
What do you think is a
followers.
percentage of those are Denning Kemps and myself like wanting to just see this shit?
Like on Instagram, I think he's got millions of followers. Like he's killing it.
Well, but he's killing it. But like, what if you can get a huge fucking social media following with no way to monetize it? Really?
That's true. And also,
So what's the point?
you can you can try and sell something and no one's buying
And no one's
it. We're all
buying
there.
it. We're just there to watch you be a weirdo.
Maybe his TikTok got banned because he's got a new one, Emotions in Life on TikTok.
Calm down, bro.
Yeah, okay. So
Calm
shout
the
out.
fuck down.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Shout
to him.
out.
Shout out. I'm addicted. Can't get
Dude,
out of
can
it.
you do one? No, you should do one in the car. You got to do one in the fucking premium package, dude.
No way,
Yes.
Why don't you do one in the car yelling about how good the premium package is.
Or about rugby league.
Okay. I'll have a think about it. With the music in the background.
Yeah, the sad music.
You
and
don't
shit.
understand.
You don't understand.
I'll get the goatee as well so I can suit him.
Yeah, you got rid of that for some reason.
You got rid of your
dog.
shiver.
No. So I had it. I kept it. They lost and he didn't score.
Yeah, okay.
And I still kept it for that week. And then the morning, guess what? The morning we beat the Bulldogs, that's when I shaved it. So that says to me that the Broncos gods need me to have a clean shaven.
I don't know if I said this last time you grew a
Right,
goatee.
but then you lost on the weekend. You got half humped. You got pegged.
So you should grow it back. But South Park, do you watch South Park back in the day?
Not really.
When it was early South Park, one of the
what-
episodes was like they like ripped the space-time continuum and they like the alternate universe came into South Park. And all it was they were the exact same characters, but they all had goatees.
No
And like your goatee is so tight, and every time we would do it, I was just like, I just would see you as like the evil Kempy.
That is good. Mate, South Park, their ability to like just churn out high quality content is almost second to none.
Yeah, I know. I want to get back into it. I haven't watched it for a minute.
Mate, one of the great episodes all time recently, like in the last 12 months or whatever, was the Meghan Markle one, I think it was.
I heard about it.
Meghan Merkel or whatever.
Meghan Markle, yeah.
Oh my God, bro. It was so hectic. They're so good. What's crazy about South Park is like they've become more, it's almost like Betoota at times. Like they're actually giving you the real news to a degree.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're actually speaking truth to power, as you were.
There was a period of time where recently, and they haven't aired a season for a while, there's a new one coming out soon, but they would make start creating the episode on the Monday to release on the Saturday.
Yeah.
To keep that
Right.
like in current,
Yeah,
like, in time with
yeah.
current
There's a
events.
documentary about it.
6 days
Yeah.
to wear or
6
7 days
days
to
to
That
wear.
is
Yeah.
insane.
It's fucking good.
Mate, speaking of Betoota, what about like to think that they'd be heavily involved in a election? That like the journey of them, how incredible, like of the country.
Well,
They were just talking shit a few years ago. Obviously, high quality shit, very high
it
quality.
started
shit.
in the share house we all lived in.
That is insane. I know
Early
you boys
story.
know
It
them,
used
so
to be called the Australian Advocate. One of their early stories was like fucking, they changed the name. Someone defaced Mount Panorama and turned it into Cunt Panorama. Like, they've been fucking hilarious forever.
But like, think about,
it's insane.
You can't
to see
get
what they've got
higher.
to.
You can't get higher. Like, it is just like mind blowing that they've achieved that much.
Are you looking to get into the election business anytime?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We can probably line up a meet and greet,
Yeah.
mate. If you
Oh,
want.
okay, mate. Yeah, with the Betoota boys.
Yeah,
Because you seem pretty.
Okay.
Like, would you like us
But
to
it's
do that?
fucking pretty amazing,
No,
bro.
I know,
It's incredible.
They've fucking.
I'm just saying we can line up a meet and greet
If you'd
you
like.
Okay, thanks.
That's all I'm
boys.
saying.
Yeah.
I know.
Or even just like maybe they could send you a video message or something.
Yeah, that'd
Okay.
be nice.
Well, sorry, I'm just fucking.
We're
impressed,
saying
bro.
it too. We're
I'll
saying
just
it.
apologise for being impressed. Okay?
No, it's fucking impressive.
it's crazy.
No one's saying it's
bro.
not impressive. It's
Sounds
super
like
impressive.
it's like,
all I'm saying is we
I'm a
can line
weirdo.
up a video message if you
From the
want.
boys.
You're
to
acting like
you.
I'm a psycho fan.
No, we're not. We're
you
saying
know
that
what?
we
Tall
can-
poppy syndrome. Tall poppy syndrome. Tall poppy.
They're our best mates. We love them. All we're saying is we can get you a birthday
Well,
message.
I
or
have
just like
spoken to them before.
Congratulations.
When's
Have
your
you?
birthday?
This Sunday.
Oh, yes.
Let's get a birthday
Let's get a
message.
birthday
But come
message
on,
from the
man.
boys.
Come
Let's
with
get
me
a
on the
birthday
ride.
message.
Come
Yeah.
with me on the ride. These just a few blokes. and
Selfish
Sheila's
Dennis
now
stealing
too.
his wife's fucking day as well.
Oh, you are? You're stealing Mother's Day. You
Well, hang on
fucking
a second. It
dog.
was my birthday
No,
before she was a
that's
mum.
pretty dog.
No, that is, dude.
How's it?
That's
It's friggin'.
dog.
I was born before she was a mum.
Yeah,
Denon
but
making it all about him.
Oh my god.
is it always on Mother's Day your birthday?
Nah,
Yeah,
just
right.
every now and then it will land on it.
Sunday.
Yeah, right.
Some would say it's a good thing. Some would say she should be blessed that I'm in her life. You ever thought about that?
Fuck.
You ever thought about that? No, it's just all Denon's a big negative. He's all a negative. Who gives a
Betoota
shit,
aren't gonna
Denon?
like this, man.
They're not
Betoota
gonna
aren't
like.
like this, dude.
Oh my
What
god!
do you want? Do we want them to say anything specifically
Yeah.
in the message, or
Just say, you know what? If you keep grinding, Kempy, you'll be able to fulfill your dreams. Something like that.
Okay, something
That'd be
uplifting
good.
and positive.
Yeah, because they're always at top, baby.
Yeah.
They're in like weird rooms and shit now. Fucking.
what rooms?
Well, you know those kind of rooms. You
Not
know.
really, no.
Yeah, you're up with you're moving and shaking with some of the biggest power shakers in the game, mate.
What's he talking about?
Well, Landy's not a big mover and shaker in all those
Oh,
rooms.
sorry, sometimes I just think about him as a close personal friend, so you sort of forget.
Like almost like an
Dad.
uncle.
Yeah,
you
an
know?
uncle or a dad.
Ah, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Sorry, man.
Uncle Pete.
My bad for being impressed. I apologise.
I love it. We
My
love
bad.
it.
Denon, we're saying we're not paying you out. We're saying, would you like a video
I
message
feel
for
like
your
you are
birthday?
paying
We
me
were
out.
watching them on Saturday night. They were on TV. They were on Channel 10.
Yeah,
they were
I-
doing the damn thing. We were like,
I-
look at the fucking boys go.
I get it. Look, maybe my radar's off, but I feel like you're taking the piss out of me. That's what it feels like.
Nah, you're
Nah,
off.
You're off. You're right. off.
So you're not gaslighting me right
No,
now? Okay,
no.
fair enough. Fair
We're
enough.
saying they are so impressive that it might be nice for you to get a video message because they're doing so
Could
well.
I intern for him, maybe, you reckon?
I don't know if you got what it takes there. I think it's probably.
What? I can't intern for him.
You're not a big
You're
politics.
too conservative.
I'm a fucking big politics
You're probably
guy.
a bit too-
I know a lot more
You're
about
probably
politics
a
than
bit too right.
Bit too right wing.
Yeah.
right wing. You
Yeah.
guys said I was a friggin' wokey the other last
Well,
year.
you ever heard about the woke right, Denon? Because they're coming up now as well.
The
What
woke
the hell?
right.
No,
Part of
hang
the
on a
woke
sec.
right,
I was
dude.
supposed to be too woke last year. Now I'm too right.
You're woke. You're the woke right.
If you go super woke, you actually end
Become
up on the
right.
other side.
no,
You end up
I just
right.
reckon you guys have gone so woke that now I'm conservative compared to you.
It's like an infinity thing, you know. You circle back on yourself.
No, I reckon you guys have turned real woke.
Well,
That's why now I'm right of you. I used to be left of you. Now I'm right of you because you've gone extreme.
You are the woke right. That's fine. I'm just saying you couldn't intern for him, but they'll definitely send you a birthday message.
Well, okay. Just
Maybe.
boys, if you want me to intern, let me know. I'd love to learn your ways of what you've achieved. And I think it's amazing.
Okay.
Not gonna fuck you, bro.
Oh, okay.
Bit of rugby league.
Bit of rugby league. Fifita was dropped last week to Q Cup. It was revealed he reportedly went to Des Hasler asking to play on the left side where Bo Fermor plays. He played for the Jets team who scored 0 points and he failed to have an impact. And so just in regards, it was revealed he went to Des Hasler. Is he saying he wants to play in Q Cup on that side or is he saying, no, I want that side?
No, he was saying it like in the top side. I want to play left.
Okay. He was left out of the team this week because of a supposed ankle injury. Oh, geez, supposed is very aggressive because of...
Well, he's having surgery, I think.
Yeah, so I actually think he does have an ankle injury. He's just...
Matty just being a bit.
That was my bad. I actually did find out that information. I was going to delete that word, but I forgot.
Okay,
Yeah.
all good. Then Code Sports, and also, guys, tonight at 12 o'clock, at end of business. No, is it Friday morning or?
Nah, midnight tonight.
Midnight tonight, The Magic, go to www.codesports.com.au. So make sure codesports with an s.com.au/bloke. Use code MAGIC to claim your first month free of Code Sports. That literally ends tonight. It's not coming back, to my understanding. I had to beg to get it, guys. So make sure to use that code. You can cancel any time. Trust me, you will not be disappointed with Code Sports. It's the best in the business. Okay, Code Sports revealed that Fifita has been shopped to rival clubs in a sign that his relationship with Desi Hasler and the club has all but become untenable.
Sorry, just to confirm, shopped not by the Titans, but his manager.
His manager. But if you're getting dropped to reserve grade and you're on close to $1 million, I think the club's almost like saying, bruh, you can bounce if you want. And I'm not suggesting he didn't deserve to get dropped because he wasn't playing well, so I understand it. The clubs have been told he is willing to take a pay cut to leave the Titans. Oh, man.
Also, though, Des apparently on the way out.
Yep, that's the next.
So on NRL 360, Carrie Arness revealed that he actually has clauses in his contract. If he doesn't make the 8, gone, and if he's mathematically not even possible to make the 8, he can go this year.
Yeah, they've got to win 7 of their last 10 or some shit. So it's not looking good.
I have this ongoing battle with this one Gold Coast Titans fan. And it's a respectable battle. It's not a negative battle in the comments section. And I've always been like, man, I haven't improved since Holbrook. And you could argue it was a bad decision to let Holbrook go, especially the way they handle it. The fact that Desi's nearly on the way out, I'd argue that it looks like the decision to let Holbrook go was probably the wrong one, especially when it was like, they were actually coming together and close to the 8 the year before. They were coming 9th. I know there was injuries and buys and whatever.
I feel like they've got bad injuries now as well. Obviously, Des will always hold a fond place in my heart. Like, sure, if you want to get rid of Des, I'm like, there's no one banging the door down that I can think of to take over. That maybe doesn't necessarily matter. Like, maybe it's like you just need a fresh, young... There's sort of like this young crop of coaches that haven't made it yet that are maybe like people that you may go to, but
the problem
it's
is
interesting because everyone,
do it. Fuck.
when he went there, everyone's like, perfect. This is exactly what they need. They've been too complacent. It's too chilled up there. They're not pushed hard enough. They need a harder coach. They need an experienced head. He gets up there and he's done fuck all, really.
But this is my point though. Like, does that prove that like a lot of the knock on Holbrook was he's not hard enough? But maybe there was a reason he understood that this playing group will not respond to it. Because clearly they don't. And so sometimes, like, as a coach, it's a lesser of two. You could go, I'm going to be hard no matter what. And it's like, well, then they just totally won't respond. They're going worse than what they were going under Holbrook at the moment.
It might be jarring in a very relaxed setting, where everyone just flops around. There's a lot of
dicks
retirees up there.
It's a very relaxed part of the world.
People
It's a
just play
dicks out
golf,
part of the
and
world.
if you're not sunning your cock, you're swinging a club, and
that should be the slogan.
That
As
should
you
be welcome
fly
to Gold
into-
Coast. If you're not sunning your cock, you're swimming in the club.
I'd go to there. I'd fucking live there.
And then, mate, potentially, and I'm just musing here, punters and dribblers, the Des has come in and he's brought a bit of that rat race, Sydney hard-ass, tempo.
He makes him have
and
traffic on the way into work just to make him feel the Sydney rat race.
Yeah. He just drives in front of all of them.
Yeah.
Tension.
Yells at them like randomly, like, fuck you, out of car windows just as they were driving into to training.
Yeah.
In fairness,
Artificially
Gold Coast
inflates
has the
traffic.
worst traffic of any fucking place in the world.
Just in the one area.
Yeah,
it hasn't been.
fucking
Because they've been awful, let's be honest. And this David Fifita saga has been, I would even say, bizarre.
Yeah.
He's always been in and out of form. I don't feel like it's that weird.
He did. I reckon he had 2 years where he was pretty good. Because the knock initially, so 2 years ago when he scored all those tries, it wasn't like, is Fifita playing good? It was, is he worth $1.2 million good? Like, is he playing that fucking good?
Tell you who picked this like a dirty nose last year.
Okay.
Billy Slater.
Ooh. Bush Poet.
Well, you look at it now and you go, yeah.
What did he say? I don't know. Oh, is
Well,
he
he
not?
didn't pick him for
He
Queensland.
didn't pick him because his attitude
Yep.
stank. That's what he said.
Yep.
Just on Holbrook, so he came in, and his first year they came 9th, and then his second year they made the finals, and then the next year they came 13th, and then he got sacked the year after when they were sitting in 10th.
Now, in defense of the ongoing anonymous battle I'm having with the Titans fan in the comments section, apparently the year that they were coming 10th, the one that I keep bringing up, that they were missing, like Tino, had a lot of injuries. Apparently they hadn't had their bye yet or something, so it actually would have put them 12th or whatever. But I'd argue, just the eye test, under Holbrook, they played much better footy than what they've been playing the last year or two. There was a period last year for about 4 weeks where they were playing gun footy and you're going, holy crap, here we go. But I'd argue, like, at least under Holbrook, they were really good in attack. At the moment, they're not good at either.
Yeah. Yeah, they were leaky, but they could score points.
But they just
don't
fucking-
really have
every
any
game they played was
half.
overs.
Sorry?
Every game they played was overs almost,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
They don't really have a halfback.
Well, they've chosen to go the Campbell.
I know,
Anyway.
but that's why, like, he's not
They
an
let
out-and-out
go.
half. He's a fucking fullback,
This is-
5'8", maybe.
And listen, Titans fans, they hate me for always bringing it up, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Mate, the way Ash Taylor's career was handled was terrible. Then you finally get Fogarty in, and he is an experienced half. He's 27 years old, in the peak of his career, and he is playing good footy. You re-sign him. You extend him. He is the captain of the club. And then all of a sudden, Sexton...
Was he the captain of the Titans?
I'm pretty sure he was the captain, and then Sexton comes in when Fogarty is injured and plays a few good games. And then you had, I'm pretty sure the CEO or a director or someone came out and basically said that he's the man going forward. And then Fogarty reportedly came back that preseason after just being extended the year before, and they said you're going to have to compete with Sexton for the 7 jersey this year, even though he was the captain of the club. And he was like, what? And that's when Ricky Stewart swooped in and said, mate, I'll take you. Then, so to make, okay, that would be enough. We'd go, okay, they lost Fogarty, he's bloke, but they kept Sexton, didn't they? Then they lost Sexton, and guess who is in the top 4? The Dogs and the Raiders. Guess who their halves are? Sexton and Fogarty.
Top 2.
Top 2. Like that. So, yes, you can blame the coaches, you can blame the players, but that's poor management.
Yes, Fogarty was captain. I didn't know
Well,
that either.
back to what
Good
Eddie said.
rant.
That's
Thank
a
you.
great rant. But
Because
that
I
is
love the Gold
management
Coast.
who...
It's my second, like, that's my fucking home, bro.
Oh, I thought you were in the country.
What do you mean? Gold Coast has country too. I had a horse growing up. Her name was Shanty. We used to have to lie on the ground whenever she would get angry and like fucking charge us and shit.
I don't know what's going on.
No, neither do
don't
I.
know
You've
what's
never brought that
going
up
on.
before.
No, that's
That
a
sounds like
new- that's a
bullshit.
new
I'm a
lie.
country boy.
It's a
Yeah.
very new
Shanty?
lie.
No, I don't
Shanty.
think
What
so.
the fuck?
She's a Brumby. Wasn't broken in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can't remember what I was going to say. That whole shanty thing threw me just through a loop. Again, I don't know what to believe
It's
anymore.
the country energy that threw you off, I think. Your city super
No,
brain
that might
couldn't
have been
cop
a
it.
lie.
Whereas if you were country, you would have gone, okay, yep, Brumby, not broken in, I
Brumby.
understand, yep.
It was a wild Brumby.
Yeah, it's Brumby.
A
Not broken
wild
in.
Brumby.
Well, it actually, she wandered in from our next door neighbour and then we just kept her.
So you just stole her from your neighbours.
Pretty much. What are they going to do about it, man? Lightning and thunder, baby.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ. That's a good point. What would you do? What would you do?
It was like 6 years old, but anyway.
No, I get it.
You get it though? You understand where I'm
No,
coming
I'm
from?
starting to get it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm starting to get it. It's all another piece of the puzzle falls into place.
Okay. Sorry about the Gold Coast Titans letting go of Sexton, letting go of Fogarty.
Mate, I have no idea. They fucked it up though, didn't they? They fucked it up. They seem to fuck up everything. But so yeah, I mean, to your you know,
They don't have a half, is what you said.
No, it was just more that like coaches almost are going to struggle to succeed no matter who, and they're doing these, no matter who it is, when they're making such weird decisions at the C-suite level, don't it?
Yeah. This.
Has Fifita had any like really good seasons since he left the Broncos?
One,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
One.
He was good in Origin too. No, I reckon he had 2. He was good when he was outside Foz and he just straightened all his attack up and he actually made Origin that year and played really well. I think he played really well that year in Origin, so that would have been 2023. And then 2022, he was scoring a bunch of tries.
I think it's fair to say that he has not lived up to his potential, generally speaking.
I
think that's it's not an unreasonable statement to make.
Yeah, that's fair because he could be the best arguable player in the game. That's how much potential he has.
But that's kind of what needs, like, if you've shown what you can do, then that's kind of what is expected to some degree, even if it's not always redlining at 10 out of 10, but like somewhere around there. The difference between his good and bad is too great for someone who's paid as much as him, who can play as well as him.
I'm with you. I will say though, the year where the argument didn't used to be, is he playing good? It used to be, is he worth $1.2 million in a time where essentially no one's getting paid?
Yeah, I
$1.2
remember
million.
that. I remember that.
And you're right, because he got paid $1.2 million when he went to Gold Coast, and that year he scored all the tries was the first year of Gold Coast.
And anyone, if it was on $700K and he scored as the back rower 17 or 18 tries, you'd be going fucking sweet, like great season.
But that's
But I do agree with what you're saying. Has he lived up to it?
No, and if you're getting paid that much, obviously get what you can get.
Yeah.
But then you need to play like that.
Yeah, I think it's up to, honestly, it's up to.
Well, you don't need to, but if you don't, you get shit.
Yeah.
So exactly, you need to though. Like, as in, if you're getting paid as a player worth $1.2 million, then you have to play to that.
Yeah.
That's the expectation.
Yeah, that's fair. He's what's crazy is he's still 25, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so he's got time. He's
got
Just
ages.
Don't fuck it up.
He's 25?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he-
serious?
When he got paid 1.2, like no one was getting paid $1 million. He was a forward that was like 19 or 20.
And like he's not turning 26 this year. He just turned 25.
Are you serious?
Yeah, in February.
So he was like 20 when he got that deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Wow. I think the key indicator for me to see where David's headspace is at is if he goes to another club on $1 million, then I'll be like, I don't really like that because it seems like you're still just going for money. I would rather him go to a club where the main priority is how do I play the best footy I can possibly play rather than getting a big wicket.
Who's going to pay him $1 million?
Oh, there'd be some desperados
There'll
out
be
there.
desperados. No, we can get him. We can get the best out of him. And also, the Titans been a basket case. And also last year,
I don't think anyone's paying a bloke that just
well, I
got
mean,
dropped
the
for $1
Roosters
million.
nearly did last year
So there's desperados that would, but it's not. But maybe now they would.
because he was playing good last year. When that Roosters deal come and he was and they offered him like $900K or whatever, he was playing good footy. And then everything when that all happened,
They
is when
did
it
pull
all
out of
Well, that's why everyone was so shocked when Billy didn't pick him.
He pulled out of it. He literally backflipped.
He was the one that backed
Yeah.
out. Then the
He backflipped.
Roosters just did it. He said to the Roosters, "I'm having second thoughts." They were like, "Yoink, see you later." But there might be
Jesus
some
Christ, they got that.
desperados.
And they get to keep
That
Angus
is
Crichton.
a massive
Massive W.
Sliding
what's it?
doors moment.
Sliding doors moment.
It's a silver
Gwyneth
lining
Paltrow.
moment, that's for sure.
I tell you what, if that goes through that deal, if he says yeah I'm keen, the Roosters recruitment starts to look real ordinary.
Well, it depends because maybe Trent can get that, can convince that stripper that he can give him a better life. You know what I mean?
potentially,
Gold
it's
Coast
just
stripper.
all we ever hear every other week is Roosters identity and Roosters culture, and you got to buy.
Fuck the Roosters, dude. At the moment, that like the way that club handles shit, I just find disgraceful.
Holy shit.
I do. I think that and not just them particularly.
Disgraceful.
Yeah, the way they fucking treat players, and then it's just like, oh, they don't fit into the culture. It's like, not an excuse, dude. You paid them all this fucking money and you signed a contract. Lockie Galvin was like to the Tigers, hey, I'm going to leave at the end of my deal. And everyone's like, what the fuck? He's a fucking disgrace.
But did the Roosters say that? You know what I
it's
mean?
a little bit different.
Okay,
Yeah,
where do the journalists get their information from? Where do they get the information about anything? It's all leaked through the fucking club, obviously.
But that
All
could have been
trying to
South.
control-
That could have
No,
been
but
South
what I'm
that leaked
saying
it.
is,
But anytime anyone's talking about the players at the Roosters, Cheese didn't fit in the Roosters culture. Fucking
Terrell May.
Dom Young, Terrell May, it's all the Roosters culture.
He's died. Like, fuck
yeah,
it,
but it's true though. Like
I
the
think
Roosters
that- I
culture
think-
is something that's spoken about so often. It's like fucking
I'm with you.
shut up.
I think Roosters are a ruthless organisation. That as soon
but
as
are they
you
not allowed to be?
Well, I don't mind it if it's not fucking hypocritical when a player's like, well, I want to go.
I think the difference.
But the difference is that if the Roosters are hypocritical when a player says I want to leave and they shit on him for it, and I don't have evidence of that though. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like the Lockie Gowan thing,
little bit different,
right,
the
is a
Gowan
different club driven largely by the media, not by the club. So the double
the
standard.
club forced him into making a decision and then released a media statement after he said,
No. Galvin said to them, "We will not be taking any deal, no matter what."
yeah,
you
yeah.
offer."
But
Yeah.
they released a
saying he
statement.
won't be here next year.
Just saying he won't be here next year.
That's all they said.
We offered him something. He said no.
Yeah, yeah. But
the
that
me-
brings
that-
the whole thing to a head.
Yeah, but the media beat it up more than anything. Like I don't understand. What I'm trying to say is I think that a player should be allowed to leave and not get shit for it. But the shit that they get is largely brought about by the media.
It's bro, but as a game,
A lot of the time.
as a game, a player there's not anyone in the media criticising the way the Roosters are handling it, really, that I've seen.
Yeah.
No one's been like, hey, this feels like a bit fucking shit, the way you're
think-
treating Dom Young, or the way that Cheese is just like, oh yeah, I just found out
Do you think it's
that
just,
maybe I'm going to fucking south.
Do you think though it's like just generally accepted that clubs fuck players over all the time though? That's the way. I mean, because
I'm not saying it's-
I'm with you. In this case, they've treated these players poorly. Like Brandon
Yes,
Smith's getting
that's
treated
it.
poorly. Terrell May just got fucking brushed for no reason.
And then it was like, oh, not fitting into the culture. It's like,
Yeah, but I
He's
mean,
about to
I
play
feel like
Origin.
that's a common, like at least on this podcast, we always say clubs fuck over players.
Yeah.
I think the only difference with the Garvin situation, though, at least for me, he was quoted saying this club isn't good enough for my development, essentially. And that's saying about his teammates. Now, if one of Roosters, like Brandon Smith's teammates came out and said, Brandon Smith he needs to go to another club, he's not good enough for this club, then I think that would be a one-to-one example of a player disrespecting another player with the Galvin thing. But I'm with you in regards to like, there is no uniformal blanket, hey, hang on a sec, this is a club just basically telling Brandon Smith to get fucked early for no reason.
They do it all the time. They do it, and I'm not saying like, I'm not sitting here being like, oh my God, a club's treating a player like shit. It happens all the time,
Yeah.
but I just get frustrated. And we've had this discussion before, and we've had it with as it relates to you when you were playing. It's just like, it's fucking bullshit.
Journos are always more on the club side than the player side.
I know they are.
Yeah.
And,
But I
it's
think-
like,
I
it's
think
fucking
it's-
bullshit the way that
It's reported. That's what I think is bullshit.
Yeah, but Eddie, where do you think the reporters and the journos get their fucking information
the Roosters
from?
are allowed to say...
Set the agenda. Who wants to set the
the
agenda?
Roosters are allowed to say, for example, Dom Young, we're not going to pick you in our first grade side. Like you're not. In our opinion, you're not good enough.
Of course
like
they are.
that is what it is.
Yeah, that's fine.
So like,
that's fine.
but you've had an issue with the Dom Young thing, and I'm like, what's wrong with that? For them to go and you're not getting picked in first grade. So if you want to fucking look for another club, you can. If you want to fucking play reserve grade and get your contract, that's
Right.
legally
Well, I
fine.
guess so. What I have an issue
You're
with
not
there
getting
is,
picked.
yeah, right. So you've picked a guy who is a fucking representative winger for England. He scored 25 tries in 24 games for the club. He hasn't played great this year, sure. Only got dropped 2 weeks ago, and now you will never get picked in first grade again. You're setting the environment that forces his hand. So you're not saying, hey, work fucking hard, work on these issues that we've got, and you may have a chance to come back, considering you've got 2 more years on your contract, you've moved to fucking Sydney, you've done all this shit, we're going to give you the opportunity to come back. It's like, no, what we're actually going to do is say, you're free to look around, and we'd encourage you to do so because there's no way you get back into first grade.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's bullshit.
Has that been said?
Yeah.
I think also the
But
fact
like, if he turned around and go, I'm going to go back to reserve grade and work my way back into the side, that wouldn't be. They can't say no.
That's not the point. They're
but-
saying they're not going to pick him. It's like, well, what the fuck?
How do you
am
know
I
they've said that?
You just said that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say they're never going to.
I think
You
I think-
literally
I said at the moment you're going to get your.
Eddie, you literally just said that.
No, I said if he's not getting picked in first grade right now, he's got 2 options. He can go and look
That's
for
not what
somebody
you
else,
said. You
or
said-
he can go back and get his contract. I said that.
We can check the tapes. You literally just said.
Did I say he could go back and get his contract? Yes,
No,
I did.
you said you'd go into reserve grade. We're never going to pick you in first grade again. That's what you said. And if that's the case, then that's bullshit.
Don't think so.
Okay, well, we'll just like literally
Check the tapes.
check the tapes. But
And then mark this moment.
yeah,
Look, I think
that's bullshit. A bullshit way to treat
Well,
someone.
I think what is definitely for sure being conflated is there is a Brandon Smith said he was essentially told that he will never get picked in first grade again if he stays at the club. So we could just use that example.
Yes.
That's unfair. I think also like
If that's the case, that's unfair.
yeah, that's unfair. And you could make an argument like that's almost a restriction of trade to a degree because you're basically saying no matter how good you play, you cannot fulfill your employment to the nth degree and therefore your market value goes down, blah. Because the reason why people go, oh, why don't you just sit in reserve grade? Because every game you play in reserve grade, your market value goes down, down, down. Especially if you're a fringy, not if you're a gun. I think the Brandon Smith one, I think that the key for all of it though is like, and look, I know there are so many different parties, so maybe the Rabbitohs leaked it, maybe the Roosters or whatever. I think the frustrating thing is there's nothing wrong with saying to a player, listen, we think it's best that you negotiate with other clubs. You'll get a fair opportunity to play first grade, but at the moment you're not on the first grade side. It's the making it public that sucks because then you're putting pressure on the player to leave. You make him feel it's uncomfortable. Like Cheese said it on the podcast. Like, and look, I will say, like, I'm sure Cheese hasn't been an angel either at the Roosters. Like, I'm sure he's done things that he's stuffed up, but it's that uncomfortability factor of like, it's publicly known that I'm no longer wanted here. It's a little bit embarrassing and all that. So it is like journos are always harder on players than they are clubs because the journos usually have the relationship with the clubs. You know,
That they don't want to burn.
yeah, that they don't
Players
wanna
come and go. The clubs are going to be there, right? Like
Yeah.
you want to have that relationship.
But yeah, it seems crazy they don't do that more. Like fucking Connor Watson and Angus Crichton were both in reserve grade at the start of last year.
Yeah.
And earned their way back into the side.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they don't.
Because there are some players where they obviously don't. The thing with the Roosters, and again, the way it was explained to us with Reedy yesterday, Hello Sport podcast heard of it, was he was like, oh, well, they didn't expect the players they've got to be so good. They didn't expect Toya to like kick on as well as he's done so soon. They didn't expect
But
Mark
it's-
to be as good. So it's almost like, oh, whoops, sorry.
But that's
like,
so
things are
interesting
going
because
well.
Dom Young was good last year and now hasn't had the greatest start of the season this year. But Toya's like come out of nowhere. I'm like, but how do you know Toya's going to
go on to do it. I think it does seem like maybe personality-wise, maybe it hasn't clicked for Dom Young
Culture.
and Brand Smith. And I don't even think
I'd
culture.
love to know
'Cause
what
I don't think-
fuck the culture thing is.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
what do you need to do to prove yourself as being worthy of the culture?
Because like Dom Young for me, he seems like a lovely kid. Probably there's no problems off the field. Like you know what I mean. So it's like whereas like the Brandon Smith situation, even though it's not right how he's been treated, specifically in this situation, he still is a bit of a rogue. So, okay, he's a bit of a rogue. Maybe that's not what Trent Robinson wants. Whereas the Dom Young one, he seems like not a rogue, no issues off the field. And he's also, both of them are bloody good players. And look what Terrell made. He just went over to the Tigers and became Dally M friggin' Player of the Year.
Yeah, that was a particularly weird
Culture.
Does Dom did he, like, if you're going to the Roosters, right, and you're worried about culture, what do you do? Like, have you got to just do a load of whites for everyone?
Put the washing on.
Like, if you did a load of whites for everyone,
Polish fucking.
Yeah, okay.
Politis' car.
you know, could you be outed on culture terms?
You got to read Marcus Aurelius allowed to the team or something like that.
Sorry, fucking got me there, dude. Jesus Christ, I was choked. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's...
There's no other club really. Maybe like Storm culture, but even I remember Cooper or Matty Johns talking about the Storm culture in relation to cheese, and they were like, Storm culture seems to be like if you can fuck around as long as you do your job, you can play pranks on the coach as long as you do your job and you play on the field. Whereas the Roosters, it feels like like you just have to like fit into whatever this weird box is, and then also like, oh, we're going to sign Cheese, who's a noted scallywag, and then be like, oh, he's a bit too much of a scallywag.
Yeah,
Like,
mate,
what
I'm
the
with
fuck
you.
are we talking about?
I think at the end of the day, regardless of what you think about everything, the fact of the matter is the Roosters are the ones that haven't handled the recruitment properly. Like, if you want to blame Cheese for not playing well, Young for not playing well, they got recruited to the club by the Roosters. The Roosters recruitment round over the last 5 years has been a failure, in my opinion.
The Brandon Smith one's the most interesting.
I think a lot of people...
you can't say he's too scallywag for the club when he
was a scallywag
as you said,
before.
He's like he would have been the preeminent scallywag in the comp.
Yeah, well, he's loved for his scallywag-ness. But the problem is that if you're a scallywag and you're not playing good footy, you become disliked.
You become a problem.
Yeah. Whereas a scallywag playing good footy, like a Joey Johns, could you imagine Joey Johns didn't play good footy? He'd be the worst bloke ever, but because he's bloody the best footy player ever, we love the scallywag.
Warning. Play well and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
So
basically,
like it is true. Like we see clubs all the time just go, you gone. I think the only tiny little bit difference, is players can go, yeah, I'll sit in reserve grade and get paid, and the club will still have to pay them. Whereas when a club goes, agitates to get out, their whole salary cap plan is like fucked for the next year or so because they've already set aside that amount for them.
But usually they can move them on and like they might have to pay like a portion of it if they can move them on.
Yeah, if a player's agitated to get out, they don't pay anything of it. This happens all the time. Clubs treat players like shit all the time.
Yeah.
I think the Garvin situation, the unique part about that, it was, at least for me as a player, it was more just the implication, the playing group. I don't give a shit if he says the club's not good enough for him. Man, the clubs say that all the time about players. It's more about Benji and the playing group that I was a bit like.
That's fair. That's a fair distinction.
Do you think though? Let's use Brandon Smith as an example. Do you think if he goes, "Nah, fuck you, I'm going to sit in reserve grade and I'm just going to get the contract." Let's say it was 1 year into a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
And it becomes super apparent that he is not going. He's just going to sit there and he's going to get paid his money, and he starts ripping in cup. I reckon they'd pick him.
They would.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, if he dug his heels
it's almost like a bit of a bluff to a degree.
So, I think I reckon a lot of the time if you call their bluff and killed it in cup.
I'll tell you a
But
story.
would you want to risk that? If it's your career, it's a short period of time.
If you backed your talent.
But I mean, you think about what he's being told, we're never going to pick you. So he's training with the fucking reserve grade side currently. It's like, we're never going to pick you. Now, you could potentially go, fuck it, I'm going to try and prove you wrong. Sure, you could do that, admirable as it would be.
I'll tell you a story. So just to prove what your point is. So I was at the Warriors, and it just wasn't working. Like, Manu Vadavai was on one wing. I'm not a meter eater. I was more of a finisher. So it's like, why have you got a bloke as a finisher on one side when your main guy's over there? Like, he's never getting the ball. You should go and get a winger that's just going to take 20 hit-ups a game and whatever. And so I got dropped after 9 rounds or whatever, got told, mate, you are next up. If there's any injuries on the wing, you're next up. Go back out and play well. And so the next 2 games, I think I scored 4 tries in those 2 games in reserve grade. Then someone got injured, didn't get selected. And I was like, went into the office. I said, you said I'd be next. And he's like, oh, sorry about that or whatever. So it stayed in reserve grade. Anyway, eventually got to the point where I was like, this isn't working. Clearly they're not happy. But they'd never said to me, like, we don't like you. But the feeling was just like, man, I'm not liked.
Yeah.
So I went in there and I was
4
like...
tries in 2 games, nah.
So I went in there and I was just like, hey guys, like it seems like this hasn't worked out. You know, like I've obviously got another year next year at the club, and I've got another year after that, which is a club option. And they were like, oh, really? You sure, mate? Mate, we do, you know, it's just got to take some time and getting used to certain things. And, you know, you can work your way back in from reserve grade. And all right, well, okay, if you feel uncomfortable, we give you permission to go and look elsewhere. And I was like, okay, fair enough. Like, at least you guys have shown me that respect where you're allowing me to just go out, and you feel a bit guilty because you're like, I signed a contract and I'm coming in here and asking to go. So all those emotions are happening when you're a 21-year-old. Anyway, 2 weeks go by and I was sitting there and I'm like, you know what? Stuff this. Like, this is not who I am. I'm not a person that just fucking gives up and like maybe it's all in my head. I'm telling myself they don't like me, but I need to put myself forward. And so I was like, went back in there like all fucking gun ho and like, you know, guys, I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to get back into first grade and I want to make it. I want to stay here long term and make this work. They turned around and were like, oh, listen, I don't know about that. And they eventually went from, oh, you can negotiate with someone else to paying me some of my contract for me to leave. Oh. So the whole time I'm sitting there going, am I going crazy because I'm getting treated like this?
Yeah.
You're being intentionally treated like
That's
this.
gaslighting, isn't it? Isn't that what gaslighting is?
So that's the lay of the land.
That's the lay of the
They
land.
fuck with you, dude.
And as I said, I'm not sitting here saying I was a fucking gun killing it every
Sounds
week.
like that's what you were saying.
No, not at all. So it's like, it's not a woe is me.
Saying it was like you and Marnie, but
Yeah, pretty much. Nah. Like, I understand why they wanted to move me on. It was not working. I didn't suit what was going on there, and I went back to Broncos and played really good footy. I suited that club better. I suited that team better at that time. But it's just an example of how they can position you to make you feel like you're making a decision, but the decision was already made fucking weeks ago. You just didn't know about that decision kind of thing.
So they would have been laughing when you came in first and said that.
They would have said, thank God. Like,
And then
this is the
like,
plan.
fuck, he bought it. Perfect. And then you come back here and you're like, no, mate, I'm not a quitter. Like,
I'm not a quitter, man. I want to fucking work.
well, see, the thing is, we actually do want you to be a quitter.
Which is fine. It worked out best for both of us, you know. They had a young fella, Kevin Locke, coming through. He ended up playing fullback, not wing. But he was a gun. He was a gun. He come and kill it. I went back to Broncos. I played some good footy there. So it was good for both parties. But it's just an example of how they can position you to make you feel certain ways. And I know that people listening right now that have heard that story before go, boring. Sorry about that. Boo. Shit story. Go listen to Emotions in Life on Instagram, guys, whilst that story is going.
Kempies will be released later.
I'll be shouting in the car about what happened to the Warriors. Also, don't forget, guys, join the Bloke Club. We gave away $2,000 on Monday. We drew it live on the show. We're going to give another prize away this month, guys, so stay tuned for that. Also, use code BLOKE. So go into Aspley Mazda or message Luke Camilleri, so LDC_01. Give him a message, use code BLOKE, and he's going to give you a special price this end of financial year. That is right. So if you are looking for a car, you will not get a better deal than what you find. So obviously, speak to Luke Camilleri. He'll give you the deal. But I'm assuming you won't get a better deal. Just mention Bloke. So go into Aspley Mazda, mention Bloke to anyone there, or message Luke Camilleri, and he will give you the best deal on a bloody good car. So join the Bloke Club at www.bloke.club. It is totally free to join. By joining, you automatically go in the draw to win a Mazda BT50. Plus, we give away prizes every single month. And also, we've got a bunch of other businesses that have joined the Bloke Club to give discounts to the community. They aren't here at the moment. I will get Maddie to sort that out whilst we're talking.
Where are they?
I'm not sure.
Oh, no.
Where are they?
Are we live right now?
We are live.
Oh, look at Maddie.
Don't worry.
There. Oh,
I will go back to the notes on Monday and we'll get it.
Oh, my God.
Do your job, man.
I thought they were a Monday thing. That's my.
Every week, mate. Every episode. Oh, okay, guys. Jacob Preston suspension. So he was suspended for 4 games after failing the judiciary. He was initially given 3 weeks. He was given a grade 1 crusher tackle, but because it was his 3rd offence in the past year, he's got given 3 weeks initially. It was a grade 1 crusher tackle, but because he had done priors, it got upgraded to 3 weeks. And it isn't his 3rd crusher tackle, but it's his 3rd offence in general. So he got fined twice before. He chose to pay the fine rather than miss a game. And then that's why it ended up being 3 weeks rather than if he had no priors, it would have been just a fine.
So when I saw it, I was like, that looks like a fucking accident. It didn't even really, it looks just like an accident.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's obviously, no one wants anything to happen to anyone, but like that just looked like a rugby league accident.
I hate that he got 3 weeks, but he was never getting off that charge.
Sure.
They were wasting their time.
Is that why you get the extra week? Because they're like, you fucked us around?
Basically.
They're basically like, if you don't accept
Is that how it works?
Well, they want to deter using resources to. So the reason why, like the government and that say take this deal because they don't want to have to spend all this money setting up a trial to fucking blah blah blah.
Yeah. And your lawyers and all that shit.
Yeah. So they're basically saying to players, don't waste our time and money. Take this 3 because you could get 4. That's why they do it. Like I understand, like
it's a long time.
The eye test, and I think that like a lot of us would go, listen, in this case, come on, just fucking give him maybe a week at most, maybe just a fine. The problem is if you bend the rules here and you let like then we're fucking. You do it next time.
Without our rules, Denon.
Mate, what are you doing,
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
There's a code. There's a judiciary code on NRL.com that's accessible for everyone. So if you're complaining about what went down in the judiciary, you're just wrong. Like that, they can't. That it's what it says. Second offence would have been a fine. Third offence is 3 weeks. It is what it is. If you want to blame the, you know, if you didn't want to charge him in the match review committee, that's one thing. But he was
that's
never,
where I could have
he
gone.
was never getting off.
Let's not charge him. He got 10 in the bin.
I wouldn't have charged him.
Let's not.
Yeah.
That's where I go. Could have we not charged
You got
him?
10 in the bin for that as well.
Which I actually, because there were like Jimmy Graham and Wade Graham, they were pretty against it at all being 10 in the bin. I actually felt, I thought it was 10 in the bin. I think that like he did lose his feet. It wasn't intentional, and it was because he was fatigued, and he did try to bring Tino through. And there is also a report that Tino stayed down, but he did lose his feet and land on his neck. So I was kind of okay with the 10 in the bin because it's so dangerous, bro. If you get that wrong,
you just can't use it. But like being fatigued isn't an excuse.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I guess you could argue, is it a mitigating factor to a degree, potentially? I don't know.
But even if they didn't review it to the judiciary, can't they just do that after the game anyway?
As in, if it doesn't get put on a report in the game, they can still do it. Yeah, I think so. What my argument would be was like, could they go, he got 10 in the bin, he got penalised, so we're not even going to charge. Like, he got put on a report, but we're not going to charge him.
Yeah, okay.
Could have they done that? I actually reckon if they had done that, a lot of people would have turned a blind eye, like almost like the Streisand effect, where like we wouldn't have even remembered this thing happened, so therefore we wouldn't have had to deal with backlash.
What's the Streisand effect?
Where you try to, like, let's say,
is it the Barbara Streisand effect? Like, is it off Barbara Streisand?
I think something happened where, so basically, let's say you infringe on my trademark. And what I do is I go, I'm going to sue you for infringing on my trademark because I don't want anyone to know that you're using fucking whatever. But then you go publicly and say, Denon's suing me. Then all of these fucking people find out that I'm suing you, and I make the situation way fucking worse when I should have just let you use it quietly. No one would have even fucking known about it. That's kind of what it is.
Right.
You make a situation way worse than it could have been by something like that.
And so Barbara was getting up to that sort of thing.
I think she did. She was like telling someone not to mention something, and that made everyone mention it.
Fucking hell, talk about having a whole effect named after you.
Well, have you got up there, Matty?
Well, Nelson had one as well, Nelson Mandela.
What's the Mandela effect? Is that where like people think something happened and didn't?
Well, people maintain that they thought he died in prison. Like, the heaps of people remember him dying in prison, but he didn't.
How does that
And so there's all these things where it's like people remember a certain thing. It's basically like mass
confusion.
Like people remember something incorrectly en masse.
Okay, so here's here's where it started. The term coined by Mike Masnick after Barbara Streisand attempted in 2003 to suppress the publication of a photograph showing her clifftop residence in Malibu, taken to document coastal erosion in California, inadvertently drawing far greater attention to the previously obscure photograph.
Yeah.
So funny, if you type in Streisand effect and go to the Wikipedia, that image is the photo.
Wow.
That's the Streisand effect. That's the Streisand effect.
That's crazy.
Just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, like something happens, just, oh shit, that happened, as long as it's not going to get out.
Can I say one thing? If he didn't get charged, then wouldn't Bulldogs fans be like, then why did he get sent to the sin bin?
But I think we say that every week about the fucking, he got sent to the, and then we forget about it in 7 days.
I don't think the NRL, I think their hands are tied a bit.
Do you reckon the wider audience would have been talking about him getting sent to the sin bin and not being charged?
Maybe.
I don't. How many people even know that?
If a South player gets sent to the sin bin and they don't get charged, I'm furious.
Yeah, but just a South fan, do you think the wider audience?
No.
Whereas right now, everyone's talking about Jacob Preston.
Yeah, fair.
Barbara Streisand, mate.
Heard of her? I think people would have forgotten about it and just moved on. Now, granted, you could probably argue, and what you're kind of alluding to is like, okay, in 10 weeks' time, if someone does a crusher tackle and they do get charged, there'll be fans going, hang on a sec, fucking Preston did a crusher tackle and he didn't get charged and he got 10 in the bin. That potentially could happen.
I think they need to rewrite, because how do you go from a fine to 3 weeks in one offence?
Yeah,
that's
pretty
silly.
crazy.
Like, he doesn't deserve 3 weeks or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I think they need to relook at that because that's fucking
And I just
ridiculous.
think, I know it's hard to do this when you're putting rules together because you want to try to keep it black and white so that things, so it doesn't become a fucking debacle every time you go to the judiciary or whatever. But I do think, like, just looking at it, you go 3 weeks, regardless of, like, let's say, for example, his other 3 fines were like a tiny head high where he just clipped someone's chin.
I think they were, really.
A little shoulder charge that no one got hurt. You know what I mean? Like, it matters what he got fined.
3 fines doesn't equal 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it this way, on the first instance, what he's done is just, it's worthy of a fine, which means it's basically fuck all.
Yeah.
The next one is basically fuck all. The third one is basically fuck all. 3 basically
He's
fuck
fuck all
alls.
his way to 3 weeks.
It doesn't make any sense. I can see how you can fuck all your way to a week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You
good.
can fuck all your way to 1 week, but
Yeah.
you can't fuck all your way to 3 weeks.
4 weeks
4
now.
weeks now.
4 weeks? That's
But
ridiculous.
I think it's crazy that how you can go high tackle careless and then a dangerous throw. Then it should be first offence crusher, second offence crusher, third. It should be the same offence.
Yeah, or even like
Because he hasn't done a
there's
crusher yet. This is his first crusher.
Or even like there's like a category of like dangerous contact or
Yeah.
some shit like that. But you're right though, like especially for crusher tackle, because that's like a specific technique. Like,
But there's a crusher tackle segment in the judiciary. That's why it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
There's high tackle careless, high tackle reckless, dangerous contact, dangerous throw, striking, crusher tackle, contrary conduct, shoulder
yeah,
charge.
where I sit is like I can understand why the NRL couldn't move on it, but it is bullshit. Fucking 4 weeks for that. Like,
Fucking bullshit, mate.
It's fucking bullshit, mate.
bullshit, mate.
Just back to the Bloke Club, guys. Every month we'll have some different small businesses showcasing their deals. This month, got 180 cadence. They're offering $50 off for the Sydney Ultra Marathon for Bloke Club members. This is their biggest discount ever. That's 180 cadence. Make sure you can go to Bloke Club and click straight through to that. They'll be there. Fraser Skincare. The boys have put in a care box valued at $350 and will be picking a club member at random to claim that prize. They are also running a 20% off sale right now, so get in and check them out. That whether it be sunscreen, moisturizer, all that good stuff. I moisturize every day. I used
you
to.
really?
Yeah, I do. My missus forced me to.
She forces you. She
Yeah.
pins you down.
Mate, when a woman's fucking gets the blood sent, they don't stop. They don't stop until they get what they want. And when we met, she hounded me for months about moisturize. And then eventually I was like, I've got 2 options here. Get hounded every day or just fucking do it.
Yeah.
I have to do a bit of moisturising because I've got a red nose and my face gets dry.
Red
but-
nose reindeer.
Yeah, exactly. And because I'm right wing, apparently. But
You're always angry?
yeah, I'm always angry.
Sky News Top?
Sky News Tom. But like, I wonder sometimes, like, I think it's with lip balm. Like, if you start using lip balm, then your lips become reliant on lip balm.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Or maybe you just get used to the,
Same with Airguard.
suppleness of it, though, maybe.
Listen, I don't know. I'm no doctor.
See, I just get used to having my skin feeling nice and soft. So I like the moisturisers. 20% off Fraser Skincare. And also Charity Trades. Guys, this is an organisation on the Central Coast that helps those that need it the most. If you want to get involved or hear what they're all about, reach out to Sam via the Bloke Club. Blokes giving back and helping out where they can. We absolutely love that. Now, if you are a small business and you'd like to get involved in the Bloke Club, reach out to us and be a part of this ever-growing community. It's growing exponentially, guys. So get around it.
How do they get in touch, Denon?
You can email Miles, MYLES at blokeinabar.com. Thanks for that, mate.
Nah, listen, mate.
Appreciate it, mate.
We're a team here.
Appreciate it, mate.
Team
Appreciate
of
it.
blokes.
We are a merger. We are merging into one person. What do you reckon if we all merged into one person? What would we turn into in regards? Would we be a shit bloke, a good bloke, or a? What do you reckon?
Listen,
As in, what are you implying that there's a couple of shit blokes here?
No, we could maybe where
Are we 3 good
sometimes
blokes?
you can be such a good bloke, you're almost a fuckwit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So people that are like sticklers for the rules. Technically, you're a good bloke, but you're a fuckwit.
No, I don't know if technically
you're not a good bloke.
No.
You're a stickler.
You're a stickler.
That's not the same thing.
But hang on a sec. Going by the rules is a good thing.
Yeah, it depends.
It depends.
Okay.
It depends. Like if you go out, put it this
Context
way:
matters.
if you went out for 9 holes of golf with your mates on a Friday afternoon and you got an esky full of piss, and some bloke's like, "Mate, what are you fucking?
You can't
that's
drink on the
a
course."
two-stroke. That's a two-stroke penalty. Don't move your ball." Like you know.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked.
But
Sure.
obviously, then there's road rules, and that's
Yeah.
something you should adhere to.
That's true.
Listen,
Context matters.
I think that we would probably ultimately be a good bloke.
But no guarantees.
No guarantees. No.
Were you raging during the election at all, Sky News Tom?
No raging from us.
He asked you.
Well, what I mean is, no, we were just back in the hotel, just chill. We did watch it though, but no, was I holding my breath and stamping my feet because I was just fucking devastated that my boy Peter Dutton didn't get up. Yeah, I was furious, dude. I'm gonna miss that smooth bald fucker,
Mate, oh wow.
that evil genius.
How crazy is it that like we treat it like a sport now almost, where we're like watching and going, oh shit.
That's what we were laughing at. We were like watching Channel 9
Dude,
and it was
so
like,
funny.
it was like, the way they were talking about it is the same way we'd be talking about a player playing well. And it's like, oh, geez, it's a good hold from Simon Mannering from Sturt there, mate. It's amazing. It's an amazing hold. And we're like, what the fuck are we even watching here? How do you know what
I
the
will
hell's
say,
going on?
and it doesn't, regardless of where you land on the political spectrum, one of the greatest videos of all time was the compilation of 2016, where all the polls said that, you know, Trump wasn't going to win, and seeing all the news anchors being like, what the as like they're really confident.
Yeah, and they're becoming less and less and less
Yeah.
confident. Yeah.
And then by the end of it, they're like, nah. They're like that yelling crazy
Yes.
lady. There's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that meme that's like,
It was kind of not the same extremity as 2016 because that was like the first time he got in. But even in the recent one, where they were like, "This is the closest election ever." It's the closest.
then it
election.
just
You're
got
like,
fucking pounded.
he fucking dominated again.
But yeah, Jacob Preston.
Jacob Preston. Yeah.
Good on him.
Good on him.
Makes heaps of sense.
Guys, don't forget you can catch all these games on KO. This week it's Women in League round, Fox League exclusive games, and Knights v Titans, 6 p.m. Friday, Raiders v Bulldogs, Saturday 3 p.m. And Matty Burton back with suspension, Dragons v Warriors, Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Their last meeting at Wynn Stadium saw the Dragons dominate. The Warriors have a 14% win rate at the stadium, making the Dragons heavy favourites again. Will the return of Wateni Zalesniak boost the Warriors' chances? Cowboys v Panthers, Saturday, 7:35 p.m. Typically an even contest. The Cowboys held on in their last match in round 5, winning 22-18, expecting Kenny, Schneider and To'o to come back into the Penrith lineup to strengthen their stocks for a much-needed win. Storm v Tigers, Sunday, 2 p.m. Bellamy side have a 7-game winning streak against the Tigers dating back to 2019. If you want to watch sport, you can't miss it. It's on KO. It's on KO. All right, boys, let's get to some predictions. Eels versus the Dolphins.
This is a fucking hard one. I don't know. I'm going to go the Eels.
This is a tough
Is this the hardest ever year to tip?
yeah.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I think this round's particularly tricky.
Like, you could be one of the best teams in the competition and then all of a sudden turn around and get fucking pounded by...
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't
We
know.
can
how to
get pegged in front of,
Your faithful.
thousands. And name
I
millions.
appreciate you calling us
Name
the best
millions.
team in the competition.
No, you
No, but you are the most
pegged
popular.
in front of your faithful.
You're the most popular.
Yes.
That's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you're
people
pegged.
like pegging, obviously.
Big pegging community out there.
pegging community.
Shout out to them.
I'm going to go the Eels.
Okay, the Eels. Newcastle Knights, the Gold Coast Titans.
I think the Knights will win, but I kind of have a Titans vibe right now as I sit there looking at it. Just something the Knights would
Well,
do.
it's always the Titans. Like, when you think they're going to be terrible, they're great. When you think they're going to be great, they're terrible.
And the Knights have been so awful.
And they beat essentially the reserve grade side against South.
Exactly. And everyone's just losing their collective minds. I'm a little bit like, what are
We're
we...
going to shout out Matty Johns again for the fucking 3 tries at Knights to win.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate.
Bet
It's
of
one of the
fucking-
it's one of the great bets of all time.
Now, can you talk about your shit the bet? Well, that was a good play on words there.
That
just quickly.
was.
Shit
We
the
might
bet.
steal that.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good one. Shit the bet. Shit the bed.
What are we talking about?
Your shit the bed on Magic Round weekend.
Oh, my fucking bed shit. This was
What?
my fucking,
Shit the bet.
my eels bet.
That's a great play on words. Shit the bet.
No, shit the bet was good, and this was a shit the bet. This is going to be. It's kind of like too hard to even explain to where it sounds like it's not real. We are obviously Denon and Hello Sport, Bloke, but we are associated with different betting platforms.
Romeo and Juliet stuff.
Romeo and Juliet, Montagues, Capulets, you get it. We're from the which one's the cooler one? Do you remember?
I don't even know what Montagues
No,
are.
whatever.
I think
We're
the
from
people
the
know. The people know
Capulets.
which the
Fuck
hotter
it.
one is. The people know.
Yeah, Capulets. Neds. Anyway, we do this thing. It's a pot bet, and the punters can all like, you chuck in $20 to buy in, and then we bet that money. So I was putting on the bets for the Friday night game. Fuck. And calm
my.
down,
Sorry, mate. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. It's
That
for next
is-
Thursday, but I had to put it on for this Thursday. I apologize.
Why?
Well, I got a meeting next Thursday. It's an important meeting, and I
Well,
don't
yeah,
want
let's
And you're
remind
gonna forget
yourself
it's
today.
No, I just put the alarm on Thursday.
You can change the date. I was meant to be putting it on for the pot, and I accidentally put it on from my own account, but I didn't even put on the right amount of money. I put on $1,500 by accident on the Eels to win.
That's so fucking much money, bro.
It's so much money.
Like, it's fucking.
It's so much money. I don't put that much money
I
on.
feel sick.
But I also don't like, if I have a win, I rarely take it out. I like to just keep it
Keep it in
there,
there.
you know.
Okay.
So I'm not bloody putting in shitloads of money in my account. Don't worry. So anyway, it was the Eels to win, and it was Advocate and Iro to score, and they were the first two try scorers. So it was just like all we needed was the Eels.
Yeah, but didn't the boys? They helped chip in.
So once they realised that what had happened, and I was
Okay.
like, I've fucked up here. Then Eddy and Guru were like, well, I want a piece of that action, because if that gets up, you're going to win. I win 18 grand.
Also, trying to steal your thunder to a
Well,
degree.
no, just wanted to be
No,
a part of
helping
it.
out a friend.
No,
Okay,
like,
helping a
listen,
friend.
let's
Okay,
buy
okay.
in on this
Okay.
thing.
I thought it was a bit of Tropic Thunder.
The helping out a friend thing is a nice way of putting it. They saw $18,000 potentially on the offering. They're like, give me a piece of that shit.
No, no,
Okay, so
helping
you
out
want
a
a
mate.
But
piece,
they
Eddie?
jumped in before the try scorers, so
Okay.
it wasn't like just let us in.
Okay.
Anyway, Eels lost. So
And you had some tough calls against you. Were you blowing up with that tackle in the air call then? You would have been
listen, mate, to
fuming.
be honest, we were about to do a live show, and I was just like, let's just leave it up to the gods and not dwell on it too much.
And then you'd hear, you could hear in the stadium a roar. You'd be like, "Fuck, what's going to happen?" Because we were behind on the
okay.
phone.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then, oh shit, dog score, great. That's fucking, that's terrific.
Oh, wow. All right.
That's terrific.
Is what it
Is
is.
what it is. You move on.
You roll with the punches.
You
boys.
move
Shout out to the
on.
Capulets, the greatest.
What are the Capulets?
In Romeo and Juliet, Romeo or Juliet. One's the Montagues, one's the Capulets, families that hate each other.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So
Thus.
Who's Romeo and who's Juliet?
we're Romeo, obviously.
You're
so we're
Romeo?
hot.
I think the people know.
We're
who's
Leo.
hot. I'm not actually.
We're Leo.
You're Leo?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're Leo.
Even then, I don't
We're
reckon
Leo.
people would agree with that.
We're Leo.
Because that
Denner,
means
we're
that you're-
Leo.
We're Leo.
Denner.
I don't think so.
Denner, we're Leo.
Not who you represent, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Not who you represent.
Yeah, I know. We're Leo.
Okay, Rabbitohs versus Bronx. Who you got, boys?
Rabbits.
Yep.
That's a spy bet, bro.
No, it's not.
You know that's a spy bet.
372, Latrell's
Right.
back at fullback,
The
Humphries
line's
is
$10.
back. You suck.
Bro, that's a spite bet. Come on, boys. Let's
Wouldn't
not
do
be
it to
silly.
you, mate.
Let's
No,
not be
it's not.
silly. Raiders v Doggies.
Raiders.
Okay, Dragons v Warriors.
What? Dragons.
Yeah.
Dragons.
Cowboys v Penrith.
Penrith.
Storm v Tigers.
Who do you reckon?
I've put a bet on Tigers just because it's $5.
No, Penrith or
Penrith.
Cowboys?
Oh, Penrith or Cowboys?
Just
I'm
curious.
going to go Cowboys. I'll go Cowboys.
I think I went Penrith. I don't know.
But in saying that, like if Penrith are back, then they're pounding to the core of the earth. So
And they've got
Toto's back.
Toto's back. It's like Kenny,
Toto loves to peg blokes as well.
Yo.
Toto's been pegging blokes since he come into the grade.
Oh, yeah.
So
Mate,
that's
the Penrith side this weekend is pretty much like full strength.
yeah.
Rando
that's
had
scary.
some stat about like when Kenny, Yo, Cleary and Edwards all play together.
They've
Like,
only lost one game.
Yeah.
Oh my god! If they go on a run, it'll just be the greatest friggin'
Watch it happen.
like what can
Imagine
you
if
do?
they won 5.
Part of me would like it. Part of me would like
You know
it.
what? Especially if they had won just 5 and played good all year, I wouldn't like that because it's like
But from where they've come from,
yeah, the yarn around it would be
it
like
would be.
you'd be
it would
telling
be
your kids in fucking 50 years going they were so shit to start.
were
with.
last.
They were literally last,
after what 7 rounds.
and it would be one of the great stories all
It
time.
would be stunning.
Storm Tigers.
Storm.
15.5 points though is the line.
It looks like
15.5 rugby league points for a Tigers side that is not the Tigers side of old. I don't know.
Good to see Manly favourite.
Manly v the Sharks.
Manly
to see
13
Manly
plus.
favourite.
Manly
I'm going
13
Sharks.
plus.
Yeah, Manly. Pump.
That's spite.
Manly.
That's
hump.
not spite.
Yes, it is.
No, you can even set my
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
Well, you spitefully put it on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's in my phone. Wow.
No.
Oh,
but
wow,
like,
you don't spite us in your
I wasn't
phone?
thinking of you when I did it. I just did
Yeah,
it.
bullshit.
Yeah.
You're always thinking of us.
You're always thinking of us.
Okay.
Manly win and win well.
Alrighty, that is us done and dusted. Grab some Good Day at begoodhealth.com.au. Grab some Grumpy Coffee. Subscribe to Grumpy Coffee, DJ Grumpy. If you want DJ Grumpy at your cafe, at your run club, at your gym, at whatever outside event or inside event,
Or if you're a
email.
guy called Jim who just wants to hang out with him.
That's true. DJ Grumpy at grumpycoffee.com.au. As usual, we'll go and fuck ourselves. Thank you.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.